welcome everyone to episode 15 of Well That's Horrific, the podcast. I'm Tom Cruz.
And I am Mr. S.
And I'm excited for this week. We got some more Halloween Ends news.
Oof. I'm very, very excited, actually.
What are your thoughts on this, Mr. S?
Oh, all right. So, CinemaCon was this week, and Halloween Ends, delivered their trailer to the people that attended. It's not out online. It's not out anywhere, so don't look for it. But Jamie Lee Curtis took center stage, and before the trailer was shown, she said, "Trust me, this will fuck you up." Now, immediately I got goosebumps, chills, and I'm very excited because, it's her, it's Jamie Lee Curtis, who has been doing this since 1978. And this is the concluding chapter of Halloween. Therefore, they call the Halloween Ends. Now, me personally, I'm very excited for it. We're going to describe what the footage is. So if you don't want to see that and want to wait for the trailer itself, now's your time to kind of just get out of here. But trust me, being one who doesn't like spoilers like that, this is nothing too crazy, and it's everything you expect, and you're gonna see it for yourself too. So,
and to everybody's defense, we thought about not potentially reading this and maybe just waiting on it, but it seemed like the reactions were pretty positive, and it was something not too it wasn't spoiler heavy. It looked like it was like 30 seconds. It sounded like it was 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Possibly even less in terms of the actual Halloween Ends footage. So I think it's safe to say that this is not much of a it's a small glimpse. It's not really I'd be surprised if this is what we get as a trailer. This is more so like
a teaser.
Should we say a teaser?
A teaser, yeah.
So I guess last warning before we dive into the description of the Halloween Ends CinemaCon teaser.
Correct. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna read the footage, the description, and hopefully we like it. Are you ready?
Yep.
Should I play some music in the background?
Do it.
Does it go?
If it makes the atmosphere a little better.
Very subtle. Ready?
Okay.
The teaser starts with Laurie saying, "44 years ago, the face of fear was born." And then you see classic footage from John Carpenter's original Halloween. A murder montage shows the victims of Michael Myers on Halloween night 1978 and on 2018. Every scream, every scare, every slash has led to this. In new footage, Laurie breathes heavily as she hides in a dark closet. Michael Myers stalks a kitchen with a knife. Laurie lunges at Michael and slashes at him. It's a brutal fight. Michael grabs Laurie's hair and slams her face into a glass cabinet. Laurie grips her knife and stabs it into Michael's hand. That's all we get. That's it. That was it.
That's it?
That's it. That's all that I know. If there's more, you can let me know. But
I feel like I saw more.
What did you see? That's what I saw.
I didn't really read it because I was waiting for.
She stands over him, I think, at one point. Michael seems trapped. Yeah. That's another thing too. But I guess that's what that implied.
Yeah.
But,
So, first things first, it reminded me of the ending of the 2018 one where she hides in the cabinet for a second and then comes out, surprise. I think what I mostly saw about this is everybody's craving the whole, hunted becomes the hunter.
Yeah.
Her going after Michael or setting him up, which is the whole, I would say we saw that in the first Halloween this time, all right? But it definitely sounds very gruesome. I like that he slams her head or into the cabinet. His hand, he's got a lot of hand injuries this new series.
Yeah, man, Laurie going for them hands.
Yeah. Thoughts?
For me, I like that the story. I'm not explaining it. The story between Laurie and Michael is enhanced or elevated to a more personal degree, because obviously her daughter just got murdered. Not just, this is 4-year jump, but, got murdered by this guy. This guy has seriously caused her so much pain, and now we come to a big battle, and I like to see that. I think, Jamie Lee Curtis, despite, her getting a little bit older and despite Halloween Kills, she wasn't there a lot, but I feel like here she's really going to deliver, a great, performance. And I'm excited, man. I'm very, very excited. I want to see more of this. I want to see more brutal encounters. I don't want this to happen at the end, though. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want it just to be
I don't want this to be like the third act and the end of
the third act. Like, if there's like scenes. Yeah, I know. Like, for me, I would like it if in the beginning she tries something and then they fight, but then he escapes and then he comes back again. You know what I'm saying? Something. So I want a good build up to this. Not just a drag and then boom, here's your final act and be gone with it.
I think the interesting part for me is that this seems like it's making it personal again. Remember, like, if you remember the Halloween 2018. One of the big things that everybody was like, oh, is that she's not related to him anymore. This is they retconned that. I mean, they just continued off the original, in which she wasn't, right. She wasn't really related to Michael, so it was never really there wasn't really a thing that tied them together. And even in that movie, it was Dr. Sartain who brought him to her. Right. He wasn't really ever looking for her. It was mostly her paranoia. She was prepping for this, but God knows if he was ever gonna actually, even if he got out, he wouldn't have got to her unless she intervened somehow or Dr. Sartain set her up. I feel like now it's personal because not only obviously he had killed her friends in 1978, but now she lost her daughter, and now she's done damage to him already. So like he's kind of probably even pissed off at this point too.
Right.
He actually has more of a reason to go after her instead of just killing everybody like he did before.
I agree with you. I think you make a great point. Like, a lot of people were upset that they're not brothers and sisters. Like, what's the point? It's just a random guy, random girl. But no, there's a lot of history between these two. Yeah. And my only, not concern, my question is how does that play out? Does she go to him? Does he go to her? I mean, if they're in a house again, in a kitchen, I'm assuming it's her house. I'm not,
Yeah, so that's one of the things that, like, everybody asks is, like, how is it that they keep on meeting up, right? I mean, unless he's in the Myers house or something, but we don't know where he's been this entire time. I don't know. There's a lot of questions here. There are a lot of questions in terms of, like, how that happens, and it seems like even she's moved on based on, like, the pictures that we've seen and stuff like that. Like, it's not like, I don't think, it's been 4 years, right?
4-year jump. Yeah,
it's a 4-year jump. I don't know if. I mean, I'm sure she's still traumatized, but I don't know if, like, she's not, like, is she totally still, like, prepping for him entire? I mean,
I think so. I think so. David Gordon Green said that this movie is said to be more intimate and contained. I mean, I felt like not the first one, the 2018 film was very, intimate in the sense that she was prepared for this. She was like, her whole life was, preparing her daughter for this, her granddaughter.
Yeah, but that movie was more so like, they kind of baited us with that movie because we thought she was gonna be, not that we thought, we knew that she wasn't gonna be part of the movie, but they advertised it as she was gonna be a bigger part of the movie than she was. She was in the hospital for 99% of that movie.
No, Halloween 2018.
Oh, it's 2018.
Yeah, 2018. Okay. Yeah. But
the one thing that I did find interesting that I saw is, like, in that particular scene where she stands over him, I saw like 2 or 3 versions of this particular explanation, and one of them almost said it like she had a knife against him.
Yeah, she kind of like, I saw that she was like over him or something. Like the word that I read was trapped.
Yeah,
she trapped Michael, and she was standing over him with a knife.
Yeah, exactly. So that's interesting to me too.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think this is a teaser, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get this in the next 2 weeks. I'm being honest, because we have to get something by now, and it's not going to be the full-on trailer.
So the thing is, CinemaCon is for the press. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get this, but I don't think it'll be the next 2 weeks. I think it'll be like another month. It'll be June before we get something like this.
I say release the teaser soon, and then the trailer itself on June, because we have nothing. We have nothing.
We don't even have a fucking poster at this point.
We don't have anything. We need something. I feel like you draw fans away, or I don't know if you're trying to do like a reverse, psychology thing where you kind of drag them towards you, but
Yeah.
no, it's not attracting anybody. So like, give me something. I would love to see that. And like, if they release it like 15 seconds, like for Halloween Kills, I'll be watching that every day. Just give me
Bro,
something.
Halloween Kills, I'm not gonna lie, that's the one thing that they did right. And I guess it was like the at least for me, the one the like the fact that it got delayed and everything. They every time they delayed it or something happened, they wrapped filming. They released a little like a small
Yeah,
piece of
yeah,
footage of behind the scenes. You saw her bloody. Then they
yeah,
released one teaser. Then the other teaser was a continuation of that teaser. It
yeah,
was like they hyped it up very well. I was really excited for Kills.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. I feel like I've read some theories, and I want to share these with you. And not again, these are all theories. This is not any leaks or anything. This is all theories.
Theories,
I don't
people, theories.
I don't
Look up
know.
theory.
Yeah, I don't know if there actually are any leaks in the wild. As far as I'm aware, I'm trying not to like actually follow those, but as far as I'm aware, no leaks. And I'm just
All right.
reading straight up theories, right? And we mentioned some of these last time, like potentially Karen still being alive or something. But
Oh yeah, actually, I also want to share some theories that some people commented on our TikToks and Instagram. I think those are some interesting ones. Very simple, but pretty interesting.
okay, yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
I guess the big theory that kind of led me to our next topic, right? The next thing that we wanted to talk about in today's episode, and what led me here was this particular theory of it's done before, and I have trouble believing this only because I don't I at least I thought they were going for something more original, which is the whole Lori becoming evil, or kind of Lori turning into like switching roles with Michael. I get it. The hunter becomes the hunted becomes the hunter, and I think that's what Halloween H2O did a good job of like she was still good, but like I think my favorite scene from that particular movie is her closing the gates and grabbing the axe and then hunting like Michael, and that
Yeah,
particular
badass.
scene. That's
Badass.
super
Yeah, yeah.
badass. But like her turning completely evil to me is like an extreme, but it reminded me of another movie which would be our next topic. And I don't know. I just think I don't want them to do that, and I don't think it's very original. I think we kind of did that with Halloween 5 or Halloween 4, the end of Halloween 4 with Jamie turning, stabbing her mom. Um I I don't know how I feel about that. How do you feel about potentially like Laurie becoming evil after all of this?
Unwatchable. Unwatchable. I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna make movies about it, but like if there's a scene, like a 5 minute scene, kind of depicting, like like showing that she is evil and she's like going around and just like killing people or doing something, like nah. The difference between H2O and that is the fact that H2O, she's badass. She wanted to end Michael. She wanted to kill Michael herself. She closes the gate, slams it with a rock or a brick or something,
Yeah, but
and
it's a difference between her
decapitates him.
turning evil and her just hunting him. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah,
necessarily have to.
that's what I'm trying to say. So I don't see her turning evil. I don't think that is a
What
uh,
about the theory that maybe
possibility.
Allison turns evil?
Allison, yes, Allison. That's what people are saying too. So like Allison, has there was sort of like a hint or
With the knife thing?
with a knife at the end of Halloween 2018, and you can see maybe like it gets to her, and like she doesn't, she becomes like a
she lost her
new
father, now she lost her mother.
her father, her mother, and possibly her
Her
grandmother,
boyfriend. She lost
her
her
boyfriend,
boyfriend.
yes, her boyfriend, her friends. I guess that guy was her friend. Um, you know, I can see that with her more than I can see it with
But
Lori.
even that, there's one thing that I have a problem with, right? And this is another thing. I told you this. I said this is David Gordon Green's last movie. But if this movie does well, I don't see them stopping here. And I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
As much as David Gordon Green can say I'm not making it, they're gonna say, okay, fine, you don't have to make it. I'll make one without you. You know what I mean? That's the sort of scenario that we're in, which kind of sucks because I would like it to just like at least end his trilogy and not continue it. But I definitely see it from like their perspective of like this movie's making money. I'm just gonna keep on making them.
Yeah.
But I think if that's the case, I don't know if they would. I don't know if they have how much control the studio would have. But if let's say Michael dies for some crazy reason and then fucking Allison is a villain at the end of this, I don't know how they could continue that. Which is why I think that.
But that's what I'm
wouldn't happen.
saying. Like I don't know how they would continue that, and also I don't think it would like it's unwatchable. I don't think it's good for ratings. I don't think it's good for movies. I don't think it's good for anything, you know. And
I mean, if you watch Halloween 4, the ending of Halloween 4, right, with Jamie stabbing her mom, you would almost think like, okay, that's it. It's over for Michael. We're not gonna see Michael anymore.
Yeah.
It's all gonna be Jamie. Eventually, they brought back Michael because that's the interest that everybody has.
Listen, you can't think of someone else when you say Halloween, you think of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Like even the Halloween, the holiday itself, you think of Michael Myers. So no, you don't do anything like that. So that I get it. That's a theory. Like I said, it's more believable with Allison as opposed to Laurie, but I don't see that happening. If they turn like evil, like you know how movies can be so creative, quote unquote, and say like she turns evil, but it's against Michael. Fine, you can do that.
No, I mean like full blown evil, like
nah, I don't see that happening.
Killing innocent people.
I don't see that happening. That would be so anticlimactic. I think that would be so garbage. I think that'd be so garbage.
Let's dive into some of the TikTok ones that you mentioned.
All right, so this is what one of them said. Give me a second. Let me pull it up over here. Okay, 1 second. All right, so we have Empire Art. I believe that's his name. He had said, Emperor Art. I'm sorry. He said, "I feel like the daughter will kill Michael, but Laurie will die." That's all I got.
I mean, that's pretty straightforward, right?
That's straightforward. I think that's a believable one too.
Very likely, but I mean,
very likely
it's also very likely that Laurie will probably sacrifice herself. That's
yeah. We have one from a bit Sahite on Instagram that says, "What if Myers actually kills Laurie and they have a dramatic stare down when he stabs her?"
Halloween Resurrection. That's Halloween Resurrection, no?
As opposed to the ending. Yeah, I mean Halloween Resurrection took a different.
Is that not Halloween Resurrection?
It is.
He stabs her, and they have an emotional.
There could be more extension to this, but yeah,
he literally kisses her mask. Kisses his mask. She literally kisses his mask. Right? That's Halloween Resurrection. They have a fucking stare down.
Yeah, but that's not the movie ended though.
I know, but that kind of reminds me of like. So what you just said is like she has him trapped, right? It's like, remember like the whole thing of Halloween H2O is she killed the wrong man. So in Halloween Resurrection, the way he tricks her is by doing the whole mask thing again. So it also reminds me of like you got to make sure who's behind the mask. Like you don't know who the fuck it is.
Well, that's the thing though. Like
well, I don't know if they would do that fake out. They're not doing that.
They wouldn't recycle that one. I'm very interested. I'm very interested to see this movie. I'm very hype. I don't want the basic fundamentals of a Halloween movie to be taken away. I want a story. I want brutal killings. I don't want off-screen killings. I want brutal killings. I'm not saying to have a high kill count, but a good enough one to be like, oh, this is a horror movie. And I want Laurie to be very impactful. And she promises that it will fuck us up. I know it's
She's selling the movie though.
I know. I was about to say. I know she's trying to hype it up. I know that. But there's something to it because I feel like if Nick Castle's saying it and then Jamie Lee Curtis is saying it as well, then there must be something there. It may be minor and they're probably blowing it up, but I still think that there's something gonna be there that's probably gonna be like, oh shit, like like a little reaction out of me. So I want a good movie. I feel like the trilogy so far is doing really well. Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and I really think that Halloween Ends can be a good one as well. It's just endings are very, very difficult to do, which brings me to a question that was asked on Instagram too, and I wanted to ask you too, by Nerman Sokovic. He says, which horror movie, he said, what horror movie had the worst ending and how would you have redone it?
Worst ending?
Yeah, and how would you have redone it? Yeah, that's a good question. I do think that there are a lot of bad endings to movies, a lot of like bailouts.
I'm trying to think what's the first horror movie that comes to mind that has a terrible ending.
Friday the 13th Part 5, is it the one with the
reveal that the father?
Yeah, that one. I think. What else had a bad ending? Malignant. Malignant had a bad ending. I didn't know.
You didn't like the entire movie, so I don't know if I would
Yeah,
say
but that's still a bad ending. That was still a bad ending. You telling me there's a guy that's living in your head and that's your excuse?
It's not even, I don't even mind that. The whole superpower thing, when she moves the bed, I was just like out of it.
Yeah, it was a bad movie overall. That's a good question.
That's a more recent one. I'm sure there's one that we're forgetting that has a really bad ending.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like the first Strangers movie at all either, and that movie ends very anticlimactic. The first Strangers movie, I didn't like it.
What?
I never saw the second one, but
that ending was sick. What do you mean when they tied him up and at the chairs and everything?
Is it just they're just tied up and she screams? No.
Yeah, that's a sick ending. That's not a bad one. I thought it was sick. I don't know.
I feel like it was anticlimactic. I mean, I get it. The movie itself was more so like the villains had to win, but yeah.
Yeah. There's movies out there that have bad endings. Those are the two that I can think of at the moment. I know there's TV shows. Like, I was talking about this the other day. Stranger Things 2, great. Season 2 was great, but the ending was very lazy. No explanation as to how that got there until... And actually, even in Season 3, they don't explain how that happened. The little just upside down school scene. I was like... That was just thrown in there to let you know there's going to be another season. But, yeah, no, good question. Good question. Horror movies, what they do a lot is they do basic, The
Descent had an ending, but The Descent had an ending that people thought was controversial, but I liked the Descent ending. The whole
The Descent?
The whole that they're still inside the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't like that the shark movie took that ending though. What is it? 47 meters down. It basically stole the same ending from the Descent.
Yeah. But yeah. Hopefully Halloween Ends doesn't have a horrible ending. I hope it has a great ending. I'm starting to believe more and more that you are right about them doing another movie. I just
I'm not saying that they're 100% going to do it. I'm saying depending on how good this movie is and how much people like it.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie does well. I don't see them. David Gordon Green can't stop them from making another movie. All he can say is, "I am not going to make another movie."
Yeah, because his name would be tainted if it came out bad.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they can't make one.
You tied it to something.
Yes. So speaking of your favorite brutal killings, right? I wanted to talk about the most infamous movies in the franchise, I would say. Let's see if I have this ready here. This is one. This is the other. Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Oh.
So
why are you making me do this?
I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I'll let you bash these movies while I defend them. Oh
my God. You know what? No, I'm not going to bash them completely. I'm going to point out some pros or positives I took away from this.
I got a lot of pros, especially for the first movie, right? So this particular
first movie is hands down by way better than the second movie.
Oh no, a million times. So the first movie, I would argue, is actually a good movie. This is a good movie.
Yeah. Okay, keep in mind, these movies are Rob Zombie's remakes. These are Rob Zombie's remakes.
Movies. You already know kind of what you're going to get. Kind of that white trashy feel.
Yeah, cursing, sex, nudity, bullshit,
very Rob Zombie.
Fashion, all that shit.
And I know I shouldn't be saying this, but taking that into account, it's a pretty good movie. And there are a lot of things I can say about this particular movie. I think the cast is actually pretty strong.
Okay. Yes.
How do you feel about the cast?
I love Tyler Mane as Michael. I like Tyler Mane. Yeah, I like him as Michael. He's huge. He has the body for it, and he like his movements. I thought it was great.
They made Michael like Jason in this fucking movie. Michael was always like normal sized.
Yeah,
he's fucking Jason in this movie. Yeah, his size. Jason has always been like a fucking 7 foot tall guy that you see him and you're like, holy shit! Just his size scares you.
Right.
We have, what is it, Malcolm McDowell
as Dr. Loomis.
As Dr. Loomis. He's no Donald Pleasance.
Okay, but see, okay, this is one of the biggest flaws of this movie. And the second, Dr. Loomis is not Dr. Loomis from the original. So if he was trying to compare them or make them the same, it was horrible. This guy, Dr. Loomis, only cares about the fame. He knows Michael, but he doesn't.
I would argue that more so in the second movie than the first. I think in the first movie, yes, he has some arrogance to him, but it does come off more like he cares about Michael in the first movie. In the second movie, fuck that character.
Yeah, fuck that. Horrible.
Yeah, he's just terrible.
Bro, I felt like Brad Dourif's character was more of a Dr. Loomis than he was.
100%. 100%.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
and so here's the thing: is you're 100% right in saying that he doesn't play the character the way that he was played in the 1978 movie. Even if you're comparing the 2000, what is it, 2009? Is it 2006 and 2009, or I don't know. So
2009 Halloween 2, yeah.
Okay, which was the 2006?
2007 is the first one.
Okay. Yeah. So 2007 Halloween, right? That's Rob Zombie's the first one, right?
Right.
In that particular movie, I do feel like his Loomis is still not the same Loomis as the original one, but it's not as bad as he is in the second one. And like, in the second one, he's unredeemable. In the first one, I feel like there are some redeemable qualities. It does come off like
I'll give it to you, fair, but it's still the book theater signing and like his like fame and just it was like that's not Loomis. Loomis really. Original Loomis cares about Michael. He really knows what Michael is behind those dark eyes, and like he knows where he's gonna go and stuff like that.
I feel like they explored that a little bit, and they even showed
very little.
They even showed him in the flashback where like how he discovered Michael. And...
So here, great point. That's a great point. Here's what I did appreciate about this movie is that we got some background story. You know, as opposed to 78, we see him kill Judith and that's it. This one, we really see his life, you know, with his mom and his dad and his sister, and then after that, him in like jail, and then when he grew up, being bullied.
Don't get the bully. The bully is one of my favorite scenes. You know, he fucking beats him to death in the middle of the woods.
Oh my god, that's insane! That kid from Spy.
I actually really like this movie. There's some things about this movie that I really like. Now my gripe with this movie, like. The unrated cut is actually inferior to the theatrical cut. I don't know. So here's the thing: is the unrated cut is supposed to be, I guess, more in vision with what Rob Zombie wanted, but I don't understand. Like, what is with the way he breaks out of the asylum in the unrated cut? Like, why was that even there? Why even film that? Yeah. I don't even understand. Yeah. The theatrical cut by far has a better way of him escaping.
Yeah.
So I like what's his name? The friend, is it Tommy that they call him? No, not Tommy. Tommy's the baby.
Ismail? No, which one?
That he calls him Mikey.
Ismail Cruz? No, I'm saying it wrong. Hold up, I got you. I'll get it right. Yeah, Ismail Cruz, played by Danny Trejo.
Yeah, the character played by
bro,
Danny
he
Trejo.
Fucked him up. I'm not gonna lie. And that scene,
that's what I like. So I like the
I liked it too. I liked it too.
Like, he ends up betraying him, and you realize like how much of a monster Michael is.
Yeah.
It's like true. He was always nice to him, and the guy is like begging for his life. He's like, "I was nice to you, Mikey."
He goes, "I was good to you. I never did wrong by you, Mikey." He's like, "Fuck you."
It's like brutal. And then when he escapes in the theatrical cut, he's being transported, right? He was being transported to another facility, and he escapes from everybody, and he escapes and kills all the guards and ends up killing him. Man. And I thought that was by far a better escape than the weird way they make him escape in the unrated cut with two guys trying to come in with a girl to his room.
That was disgusting, bro. Yeah, that was just like, that's disgusting.
What I don't understand.
But this is what I'm saying. Like I get it. Like Rob Zombie has done movies like what he done, The Lord of Salem, A House of a Thousand Corpses, or whatever the hell. Like all these movies. Like, but you don't gotta. But that's the thing. Like as a kid, like you don't realize this. Like when this movie came out, I was 12 years old. 12 years old, and I was so happy. I was like, "Yo, think about it."
This movie?
2007, the one that you have behind your screen.
I forget how young we were.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I was 12 years old. Like, I didn't even care. I didn't know anything. I was like, yo, we're getting a Halloween movie. Like, what? Like, that was insane to me. Like, I've never seen a Halloween movie in theaters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, yo, it wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was good. It was good. It was a good take away the cursing, take away the nudity, take away...
I like
even Laurie, the way Laurie was portrayed, like that's a fun fact, I guess. You know, like he wanted Laurie to be, he didn't want Laurie to be prudish because it was like 2007 and nobody was a prude at the time. That's what he said. And then like the bagel scene, like with like her like fingering the bagel scene. I was like, yo, what are you doing, bro? It's just like take that out. Michael Myers was great. Tyler Mane as Michael Myers was great.
Actually, I don't mind the mask in this movie too. It's one of the,
No, I don't.
I'd say
I mind the hair. The mask
the
I don't
hair,
mind. The hair I
the
don't
long
like.
hair. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like the hair.
I would argue that this is one of the better masks in the series because there's
Yeah,
a lot of
absolutely,
bad masks. Here.
absolutely.
And I like some of the smaller things he did with the young clown mask, the clown mask that he uses.
Yeah.
And the fact that he makes his own mask and stuff like that, like he wants to hide his face.
Right.
One of the things that stood out to me about this movie was the whole like the way he stops talking. Like he tells Loomis, is like he says something like I have nothing else to say, and then he never talks again.
Yeah. Like I said, I appreciate it a lot about the movie. You get a lot of background, a lot of context of what happened to him, and like what's going on.
And you got to give Rob Zombie this. It's a lot of gruesome kills in these movies.
Yes, I appreciate.
Give him that. In terms
I
of
appreciate
gruesome,
the kills. I appreciate
we haven't
Michael.
seen this Michael this vicious till kills.
Yeah,
it wasn't till kills that we saw Michael this vicious.
Not even that, but Halloween 2 had some gruesome kills. Well, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Horrible
that's what
movie.
I mean.
Oh, no. I mean in general. Yeah, okay.
In general, between these two movies, the only other movie that comes close is Halloween Kills.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, if you want to talk about the real reason, right? I wanted to talk about this one. I don't like this movie. We're gonna go out and say this is a bad movie. I'm gonna say it immediately. This, as much as I said I like the original one, this is a bad movie. Forget about everything. The only reason I brought this movie up is because...
Bro, look at him, bro. Just look at him.
He looks like a bum. You know the one thing I do like about this movie? The trailer. So the trailer was actually interesting when you see him in front of the little boy and a whole bunch of stuff.
For both. When he goes like, "Are you a giant?"
Yeah.
No, for both. Both trailers are great. Even that scene though, to be honest with you. So that's another thing I did love about Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween is Danielle Harris. When I heard Danielle Harris was going to be in this movie,
I was
so happy. I was so happy. I don't know why. I was so. But I saw her.
To give her the credit, she was a big icon. She was huge for us for Halloween.
She's like she's in a sex scene, and
she never got to come back in 6.
Oh my god! And then also like her death in Halloween 2 was sad, bro. That to me, when I watched that in the theater, it was like black, and I just hear her crying. I'm like, yo, that is so sad. And then
Brad Dourif's character, when he finds her,
where
is she? Where is she? And they have to hold him back.
Yeah, bro.
And Brad Dourif is a great actor, and I fucking love him in this movie. He's like the only thing that is like a redeemable thing in any of these movies.
Absolutely.
At least in this particular movie.
Of course.
This particular movie, rough start. Immediately starts with this white horse nonsense.
Yeah.
So they retcon a lot for this movie. They retcon... Dr. Loomis is suddenly alive, even though we definitely saw him die in the last one. And then, like, he squeezes his head to the point where his eyes are almost bulging out of his head. But somehow the ambulance comes and saves him at the end of this one, at the beginning of this one.
Bro.
And he gets, and not to mention, I actually like the ending of the 2007 one, where he gets shot in the head.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing about this movie: is Rob Zombie did not want to make a part 2. He was kind of forced into making this movie.
Do you know why?
They meddled a lot with the production.
Because Halloween 2007 made 26,362,000 dollars opening weekend. That is the only 2 movies that have more than that is Halloween and Halloween Kills, the new ones that came out. So they made this. They made 60 million almost overall, and that's why they wanted to make another one. And he didn't want to make it. And I think because he didn't want to make it, he's like, you know what? I'm going to do it my way. And he just destroyed it. I feel like that's the worst thing you could possibly do. I'd rather not do that at all.
I agree and I don't agree. Here's 2 things about that.
Oh, it's killing me.
They wanted to make this movie without him. But then he said no. They said, fine, we'll make it without you. And then he said, you know what? I'll do it. Because at least it'll be, I don't want somebody else continuing my movie. But then they also meddled with the movie during production. Now, before I talk about what I really wanted to talk about in terms of this movie, let's actually discuss what happens in the movie, right? It's clear that Laurie's fucked up from the first movie. Michael fucking looks like a homeless man. They do some weird editing every time somebody's about to get killed, where it gets like slow-mo and no sound.
Yeah.
I don't know what the production design was for that, and then Michael's grunting now when he's killing people. Yeah, it's the first time we ever see that. Not a big fan, to be honest. The kills are pretty brutal. So there are some kills where like very very gruesome, but very Rob Zombie-esque because we know he does that in all his movies, really.
Yeah.
Besides that, the only really thing that I like about this movie is Brad Dourif.
Yo, Brad Dourif is the best thing about this movie, and
the ending.
And
another movie where the theatrical cut, I would argue, is better than the unrated. I don't know what is it with the unrated version of these movies. If you went to the theater and saw it, you got the original ending where they just shoot Michael and he dies, and she stabs him a whole bunch of times, and she comes out with a mask, but that's pretty much it. Then she goes. It flashes to her sitting in an asylum or something. She's sitting locked up. Yeah. She does a creepy smile, almost implying like she's evil, but she's looking at her mom. This hallucination of her mom and this horse, because she just found out. She finds out in this movie that her name is Angel Myers, that she's Michael Myers' sister. So that is canon in this this version of the movie. Rough. Like it's just in the unrated version, it's even worse.
Did you
she
ever
puts
see
on the mask and comes out and gets shot by the cops?
Yeah,
like, come on.
And did you ever see the alternate ending to this movie?
I think that's the one I just said, right?
No. The alternate ending, the one that they were going to use but they didn't.
What was it?
Michael Myers comes out of the house. He bashes through the door, like the walls, grabs Loomis. Loomis takes off his mask. No, Michael takes off his mask and he goes, "Die!" and he stabs Loomis. Bro.
Was this filmed? Or is there?
Bro, this was filmed. This was filmed.
You can find this online?
You can find this online. Yo, what?
I think I might have seen this.
Keep talking. Just keep talking.
No. I think I might have seen this. But the thing is, no matter what the ending was, in the way they set it up with him being surrounded by the cops, it was going to be a bad ending no matter what. And like the whole thing with the horse, I have no idea what this means. I don't know. There's only one thing that I want to talk about that to me could be a redeemable quality to this movie, had they done this. But I'll let you get to what you want to show before I talk about it. Real
quick. Tell me when you see this. Are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this. This is low, but watch.
I don't hear it.
Just watch. He takes off his mask.
Oh, I think I've seen this.
Die. And he stabs him.
And then what? He just got shot?
That's it. Like, how whack is that? Like, yo, can you imagine? Yo, if they did this, I would have.
That's another thing that I hate. I mean, everybody hated it. It's like, why do they have to show Michael's face?
I don't know, man. Like,
okay.
But tying to your theory.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Put my sleeves up for this one. So, the reason I wanted to talk about this movie is because we mentioned, like, Laurie potentially being evil, right?
Right.
And there's this whole theory behind what Rob Zombie's original plan was for this movie before it got meddled with, before they changed a whole bunch of stuff. Right. There's even an article that says like they were showing him footage of his own movie in the movie before this. So we're showing him footage of Halloween 2007 to tell him what to do, because they didn't want him to do the stuff that he was doing with this particular movie. And you could be right. He could have messed up this movie on purpose because he was tired of their shit. But there's this one thing that I would say I would be okay with, or I think could have been done somewhat okay, right? And that's the theory. And if you look this up online, I don't know if it's a theory. I don't know how accurate this was. But the whole idea behind this movie was supposed to be that Laurie has PTSD. Okay. Michael died at the end of Halloween 2007. And every kill was actually her. So he was never in this movie.
Okay.
It was supposed to be that, I don't know if it's like DID, I don't know, for those who are watching Moon Knight, or obviously it wasn't filmed that way, so it wouldn't work with the way it was currently filmed, because obviously we do see Michael and other people do see him. But I guess the idea would have been, anytime you see Michael, it would have actually turned out to have been Laurie the entire time. Any presence of Michael wouldn't have been Michael. It would have been all in her head, and it would have eventually been revealed that Michael did die at the end of the 2007 movie, and this is just all in her head. That she's suffering from PTSD from what Michael did to her in the first
Which couldn't be believable because she did shoot him in the head, right?
Exactly. So I think, not to say that, I would have been totally happy with that, but I think that that's not like totally off. I think that's like it's plausible. Like it's an actual way you could have made Laurie evil in a way without making him evil, without like
her being really seen as evil. Okay, exactly. I see that. I can see that. I can see that. If that's what he was going for, I guess like if you really look at it that way, and like the mask at the end thing, and her and like the locked up at the end, I definitely see that. Do I see it here in Halloween Ends? I absolutely do not.
No, I hope
not see that here. I hope I don't see that here.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I'm saying I feel like that version, and if that movie was made, and it would have been this Halloween 2, I would have liked it more than this current version of Halloween 2. One, and it would have made more sense than any way of Laurie turning evil now.
Right.
Or even Allison for that being. I don't know how they can kill people without it being some sort of like PTSD, DID sort of thing, which I don't think would really work in this franchise now. I
don't think I want them to be evil.
I mean, like, I don't either. I'm just going based on
I know. Like I don't want that to be the story. Like I don't want that even hinted. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want that to be
I think no matter
applicable
what,
here, you know.
The way this ends is like a passing of the torch.
Yeah, I know, but like that would be such a lackluster ending. That would be such a lackluster ending. Like I don't want that. I don't want that. Like who are you gonna pass the torch on to? Allison? Like what is she gonna do? Like you gonna end the movie like that and then try to get another sequel after this by somebody else?
I don't see, like if it really does end like that, it's gonna suck, because if they decide to bring Michael back after this, that means they have to retcon something or ignore this particular franchise again, or reboot the franchise again. You know
Here's how I would do it. I mean, not how I would do it, but what I'm thinking.
Take off the mask. It's Mr.S, and he goes, "Stay tuned for the next episode of Well, That's Horrific podcast."
You read my mind. No, here's how I would do it. If I'm saying, if you want to make another sequel after this, I mean, I am anticipating this is going to make money. Halloween Kills made $92 million overall. Halloween 2018, 160.
And it was in streaming services.
Exactly. And it was during COVID. And like, if you see the theaters here, a lot of theaters weren't.
Now theaters are reopened again.
Right. So that's amazing numbers. And like, again, despite what you think, I thought it was a good movie.
I don't think there's much competition this year either.
Exactly. So if you're trying to make, yes, it's probably in the works of it, maybe having another sequel afterwards if the money is, great. But if you're going to do that, in this movie, Michael is what, 64 years old?
Yeah.
So
that's already like pushing it, right?
Come on. So Michael dies.
That's what I'm saying. He has to die.
Michael dies. I don't want him to, but Michael dies. Lori dies. I need Lori to die too, because there's no way that they're both going through this and she just walks out, and then whatever. She dies too. Allison doesn't die, but you say passing the torch, right? I don't see that happening here. I don't want it to happen here. If you make another sequel, I think you do some cliche copycat killer in Haddonfield. That's how I think.
Not doing Jigsaw.
Yeah, no, not like that though. But like it's been done before, like with Friday the 13th. But like make it badass, but also have some blood ties in it. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's a cousin, maybe something. Like if he is supernatural, I'm just saying I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm just saying.
I was gonna say I don't know how I feel about like a girl taking over.
I'm not being sexist. I'm not being sexist either. But come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Scream is full of that. Go watch Scream. Halloween is not. So, Halloween, you have to have, like, someone like Michael.
Speaking of Scream, real quick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awesome if Laurie, Jamie Lee Curtis is no longer doing Laurie Strode after this, but what if she goes like, oh, now I'm in Scream 6? What if she's the killer in Scream 6?
I am a huge fan of Laurie Strode.
Can we have Jamie Lee Curtis as the killer in Scream 6? That would be awesome. Not to sidetrack, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm getting more excited for Halloween Ends, even though I did not like Kills. I thought Kills the script was terrible, and I just hope that the script on this one is better.
Hey, my challenge for you. My challenge for you is to watch it this weekend, please, and really, really reconsider. Look,
I will rewatch it. I'm definitely gonna rewatch it. But if I go watch Ends, and I hear them say Evil Dies Tonight once, I'm walking out.
Listen, I was open to telling you what I thought was bad after the fact, and I still stand by it,
I think anything with Michael in that movie is great. Every scene with Michael is great.
I
just
can't
stand the cast.
Best Michael I think we've ever seen, period.
I just can't stand the cast.
I can't stand Tommy either. I'm telling you, I can't stand him. But because of that, doesn't take away from the movie. There was
so stand anybody. I can't even stand Jamie in that movie. Laurie in that movie.
That is such a reach, my friend.
Bro, the only person I can stand in that movie is the couple in the house.
Big Mike? No, Big John, Little John?
Yep, that's it.
Everybody you like them the most out of the whole movie?
Yep. Highlight of the entire movie is them. That's the best thing about that movie, hands down.
I don't know why. I disagree. I thought it was a fun, action-packed movie. I think Michael looked the best he's ever done. Tommy was extremely annoying. Evil Dies Tonight was extremely annoying. But the ties that this movie had and the flashback, it all fit. And for you to say there's no story is
I still think
ludicrous, man. But whatever. Everybody has their own opinions. But I'm saying Halloween 2018, check. Halloween Kills, check. Halloween Ends. Yo, this is a
Halloween
big
2018,
movie.
Check. Double check. As in better than Halloween Kills.
Oh, my God.
Yes or no? Who do you think is a better movie? You're crazy. It's crazy that you even.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. No, it's not, bro. Bro, it is not.
Halloween 2018 is hands down better. So here's okay.
Oh yeah.
Anybody?
Fine. Fine. No. Let's get into it. No. Let's get into it. Let's settle this.
Before you say anything, I think it says a lot about your opinions towards this movie that you actually have to think to say which movie is better.
Oh my
the fact that you have to think to me tells me that there's a disconnect
because
there
your question doesn't make sense. That is not a valid question. They are two different movies, bro. There are two different movies. Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills are two different movies. A trilogy. I can't compare
the same movie.
Oh, okay, fine. Let's do it. You ready? What had better kills? That's my first question.
Kills?
Which movie had better kills?
I don't know. I like the kills in both of them.
Oh my God! Nah, you see now you're just trying to.
Hold up. Here, I
will admit it. 2018 had a better call it? Huh?
I want to propose this to the audience, just to anybody who's listening. I think it's a simple question. Which movie was better between Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills? If you have a hard time picking this, then I feel like you show some sort of bias towards Kills. Because there's no way. You
can't just say that, though, because that's not true. Because now you having people be opposed to saying it.
The only thing good about Kills is Michael Myers. Yes, you're arguing the Kills.
Everybody, listen. Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills are two different movies. They're two different movies. This was announced by David Gordon Green that there was going to be 3 movies. Hold up.
He's saying you can't compare. He's saying you can't compare 2 different movies, guys.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you can't compare 2 different movies. All I'm saying is he says 2018 is better because it has a story. That's his thing.
No, Halloween it's not just Kills. The story. The script is just hands down better. The script is hands down better.
Oh my God.
The acting is better. The atmosphere is better.
I just think that if you're gonna ask that question, we really have to sit down and decipher it because it's not fair.
I don't think it's even close. I don't think it's even. I think it's crazy.
I disagree. I had more fun. I had more fun watching Halloween Kills. I had more fun watching Halloween Kills.
I think it's crazy to me that, to me personally, I think it's crazy to me that you actually have to think about which one is better. Because I think it's pretty obvious.
How is that crazy?
Because one of them has a terrible script, and the story's terrible. The script is terrible.
Story's not terrible. Story is not terrible. Story is not terrible.
Okay.
Story's not terrible.
I think it's telling to me that it actually took you a while to decide which movie was better. I think to me it's pretty obvious. It's hands down 2018 is way better. But the fact that you had to think, to me, is, to each their own. I'm not gonna debate this.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but to you
Right.
to say that because I had to think about it is beyond you. Listen, like I said, it was more fun for me to watch. Kills was better. Michael Myers was better. Those things are very important key elements to a
you act
Halloween
like Michael Myers
movie.
was bad in 2018.
Okay, he wasn't bad, but he wasn't
great
really
in that movie.
Okay, no, I'm not saying that. But
He was more Michael than he was in Halloween Kills.
Okay, so you're telling me Dr. Sartain running over Michael Myers, lifting him himself, putting him in the car, taking his mask as he does that is a freaking better thing than Tommy saying evil dies tonight?
Okay. So now you're comparing two separate things. Okay, but wait.
I'm comparing the two movies you're asking me to compare.
No. Wait. We were just talking about Michael Myers. You're right. I don't like Dr. Sartain in that movie at all. Michael, if you go back and watch our review, I said Dr. Sartain was the worst thing about that movie because there was no resolution to it.
Okay, and I'm telling you, Tommy is the worst thing about Kills. I'm telling you that. I'm agreeing with you.
Tommy, the politics behind the asylum guy, the way they introduced the original characters, and the way they introduced the original characters, just flat out the script that pretty much everybody's script and every phrase that everybody says in that movie is rough. Everything, it just comes out very even. There's even lines from Laurie from Jamie Lee Curtis that I'm just like, God, I can't believe this. But whatever, it's each their own. I think we should let the audience decide. I think we should let the listeners say what movie's better between the two. I think it's in my head it's pretty obvious, but again, to each their own.
Whatever you guys want. If you like Halloween Kills better, if you like Halloween 2018 better, that's your opinion. But be fair, man. Be fair. Look at the movie for what it is and be fair. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like when you have to, I said this before, but when you have to say look at the movie for what it is, I think that's already like you already.
I disagree with you, man. If I told you right now that I am going to make a brand new horror movie, a new killer, a new thing, forget like my own type, and I'm saying right off the bat, there's gonna be 3 movies. I'm telling you, the first one's gonna be the story, the second one's gonna be brutal with kills, and the third one's just gonna be the concluding chapter. Okay, and you watch the second movie and you see a bunch of kills, and you're gonna tell me, I don't like that movie because there's a lot of kills in there only. Like what? Like I'm told you this is what it's gonna be. I can't put all of my story in one movie.
No, that's not how it works, man. That's not how it works. Unfortunately,
I disagree, man. I disagree.
It's a movie. It's not an episode like this. It's meant to be taken as its own thing. It's not. It's like you're saying like. It's like you're saying like judge the season, don't judge the episode.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
If the episode was bad, the episode was bad.
I am not
Ask me when we finish the season if the season was good, but the episode was just not great. And I don't think you can like divide a movie like that. If you somehow divide a movie into like this movie's only gonna be kills, that's not how it works. And to completely like I don't know, to argue what you're just saying, like Empire Strikes Back is the second movie of that Star Wars trilogy.
I don't know Star Wars.
Arguably the best one. Arguably the best Star Wars movie, and it ends on a to be continued.
I don't watch Star Wars. I don't know what that means to me, but
okay. All right.
To each their own, man. Like we'll agree to disagree on this one.
I really just want the listeners to just.
It's not even that. It's not even that you're saying like you can say 2018 is better, and it probably is. I don't know. Like I got to sit down and think about it. That's the thing. I have to think about it. But for you to say Halloween Kills is just such a bad movie, overall, that's just, bro.
No. So
that to me is like, either you got hit in the head or you were sleeping while you were watching the movie. Because there's no way that you can't even just say, you can just toss it to the side like it was nothing. Like this movie was nothing to you, at all. Flashbacks were nothing. Original characters coming back is nothing. Like the story.
I don't know how to explain to you how little I like this movie.
Oh my god!
So I own every Halloween movie. All right, hold up. I'm about to take down my green screen, bro. I have every Halloween movie,
bro.
Every single one. I have Resurrection. I have H2O. I do not own Halloween Kills. I didn't buy the Blu-ray. I own every other movie.
That's insane.
That's how disappointed I was in that movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, not to be biased, not to be biased. Everyone is entitled again to their own opinion. I'm going to say that again. I like to be fair. I really do like to be fair on every single movie, and
Listen,
I'm a Halloween fan myself. Look, I wanted to actually show you this. My wife got this for me, and I'm going to start reading it. And I wanted to share it with everybody. This is called On Set with John Carpenter. The photographs of Kim something Walker. So this is the original Halloween, 1978, and it's filled with like stories and pictures of like the first Halloween and how it came together. I'm not even sure I'm doing this right. And like it's insane, like on set and everything. Like
that's
it,
awesome.
It's really, really cool. And I really wanted to get into it, kind of learn a little bit more. There's John Carpenter over there, and like I think it's insane, man. And like I don't know, like just to show you, like I love Halloween. You know, like I love Halloween, and I like to be fair. Like I would hate if a movie is bad. I would tell you it's bad. You know.
Okay, but I don't think you're proving anything outside of the fact that you're a Halloween fan, so you're expected to like this movie.
No, what I'm trying to say is I am a Halloween fan, and I wouldn't want to lie to anybody watching this movie if they're Halloween fans too. Like if it's bad, I'll tell you it's bad. The movie has bad things about it.
Listen, I'm still excited for Halloween Ends. I'm still gonna watch Halloween Ends. I have hopes.
I'm scared. I'll be honest.
There's things that I liked about Kills. In my honest review is I came out of the theater very happy at the end of Halloween 2018. I came out the end of the theater very disappointed at the end of Kills, but hopefully this gives me some sort of middle ground and a proper conclusion.
Hopefully, I hope that for you too. You know, I'm scared for Halloween Ends. I am scared. When I was watching the trailers to Halloween Kills, like I said, I was not scared. Like I
feel like I've already ripped the Band-Aid in the sense of like, again, my opinion.
Yeah, no, your opinion.
It can't be worse than Kills, so might as well. Like I already lost all hope. So
it can't be worse than Kills. It can't be worse than Kills.
My expectation is already down here, so it doesn't.
Right now, I'm thinking it can be because I'm scared. I'll be honest with you. Like, how do you end it? You got to end it a certain way. How do you continue the 4-year jump and include COVID in it? And like, there's a lot of things that you got to take into account for you. But I don't know. Hopefully it delivers, and you know we all live happily ever after, including Michael, because you know Michael. But other than that, you know, I don't have much more else to say. When the trailer does drop out and stuff like that, we'll be on it to review it and share it with everybody. And give our thoughts. But for right now, that's all we got, really. Do you have anything else to add or no?
Yeah, man. Sorry, guys, for us ranting here and debating.
Nah, I love it.
Over this franchise, but we're both still excited to watch this, and we'll continue to cover this moving forward and see what's coming up. When there is a new trailer, we will definitely do a reaction, and that'll be its own separate thing. So,
yep.
Stay tuned for that whenever it comes out in the next month or two. Yes.
With that being said, next week is a special episode. What are we going to be talking about, Tom Cruise?
We like to talk about Sam Raimi a lot, and Doctor Strange is coming out next week.
Yes, sir.
Let's see how much horror this is related. I know there's a lot of MCU canon. I do follow the MCU pretty closely. So excited. Definitely excited.
Definitely excited. We'll have that on next week's episode. In the meantime, please, make sure to, follow us on Instagram at Well That's Horrific, and on TikTok at Well That's Horrific, as well as Twitter at That's Horrific. Please do so and enjoy, because if you don't,
well, that's horrific.
Peace.
Peace.